This is the complete handbook for being unique in 2017. If you're reading this, chances are you're nothing remarkable and in desperate need for attention. No worries, boring person. We have compiled a list of things nobody is doing just so that you can apply it to your life and stand out. It's time we forwent the uninspired and claim the mantle of the unique. Follow step by step and you shall expect people calling you unique and original in no time. Start with yourself. Ascertain your identity. Only when you know who you are can your strive towards uniqueness yield desirable results. Step 1. To stand out in the crowd today, one needs to identify as his transgender, which is an umbrella term for people whose gender identity does not adhere to the sex they were assigned at birth. There is an open master list of genders other than male and female.
And the LB and LGBT
OPW5 Z
80
L
community.
Literally nobody is sexually fluid yet. It's still such a reality that everyone will turn his head once you identify as one. I'm a pansexual, meaning I can be sexually attracted to people of any gender or sex. When I love a person, I make sure I love them regardless of what's in their pants. I'm a pansexual, meaning I don't know my gender identity yet, but it will become clearer as time goes by. When I love a person, I cannot be sure what gender they are. I'm a feline sexual, meaning I am attracted to cats. When I have sex, I make sure what I'm thinking is a cat. Choose a sexual orientation. There are infinitely many orientations. Never mind who you're using this, child. Pick up a dice, roll thrice, and take the total. Count the list to the destined number, and there you have it, quadromantic, your sexual orientation. That being said, even in the jurist, do not be boringly heterosexual. I repeat, do not be straight. Step 2. Find yourself a mental illness. It is of no question problems with mentality have never been in vogue. Log on to the internet and Google depression. Nothing shows up. Nothing. Again, don't bother with the details. What is it? If you do feel mentally unstable, which I have confidence you do since you want to be unique so badly, Google your symptoms. Some say this is trivializing or romanticizing real health issues. However, suffice it to say that depression looks good on pictures. Step 3. Start your Tumblr. A platform for like-minded people with a passion for artistic identity. You can create your account now if you haven't already. Adopt an unprecedented allergy to gluten. So far, nobody is allergic to gluten. Eliminate meat from your meal will not only save the environment because it reduces the production of ozone-depleting methane in animal agriculture, but also get you that body you saw on Tumblr. An original alternative diet includes eating as much as you would like, whatever that is. Do not spare others fat-shaming a thought. They are merely being mean and brainwashed by the candle-studded media. Don't work out as well so that you can get that body you saw on Tumblr. Have you posted anything on your Tumblr blog yet? It's time. Put on a pastel shirt with Japanese letter on it. Take a picture. Or you can write something up. Do you ever feel empty? Like a big pill tunnel saturated in golden lamplight? Pulled apart, busting at the seam. Breathing is so difficult and heavy, like there is a lead weight hanging between your lungs. You must get this pressure off of your chest, but end up biting your lips raw and red, for nobody understands or even tries to listen for once. It is as if you're already buried 6 feet underneath and no one seems to hear a thing. But do you kind of want to be buried as well? Because if that is the case, wouldn't people at least talk about how awesome you were and give you flowers? Jot that down. Don't forget to space accordingly or randomly. Hashtagging spill, hashtag poem, hashtag art. Post it. Step 4. Be a feminist. You heard from here first. Currently, the earth is purged of feminism. So if you come out as a feminist today, everybody would be surprised as if you confess to being a pangender. Women have always been living under the footstool of patriarchy, in a system which their opportunities, potentials, aspirations are circumvented at the expense of men's. The Quran legitimizes sexual intercourse with females who have not yet had their first period. Suicide rates among women are 4 times those among men. Indeed, these are very pressing issues, but just as big a problem as transgender being stoned to death or thrown off rooftops in non-Western world is catcalling and manspreading. Who cares if an 11-year-old girl in Laogai marries a brother? If the guy sitting next to you on the bus spreads his legs that far apart, right? Pioneer this movement, boring person. Let's be the first person who is original enough to fuss about such trivialities, to advocate feminism and gender equality, to oppose men spreading and mansplaining and men being men. Step 5. No politics. Talk about Trump being the worst president so far in the Republic's history. Talk about how Hillary could be a better president. These are extremely unpopular opinions. Ergo, should you bemoan about the Trump administration's legitimacy? Nobody will persist in thinking you're an intellectually lazy and somewhat retarded person who forgoes any ounce of critical thinking and believe in whatever the media have to say. Speaking of media, only read unbiased news outlets such as BuzzFeed, Wall Street Journal, CNN, Fox News. Why would anybody vote for Trump? The guy deleted over 33,000 emails with classified information in them, lying about turning them over to the State Department. He even sent out drones to fulfill his kill list and laughed at the lynching of Gaddafi. Why would anybody vote for him over Hillary? Maybe she is a tad too sexist? Yeah, but they're all made-up stories. She deserves to be Madam President. EU has to let more refugees into their countries. They have nowhere to go. And so what if the month of March and April saw some asylum seekers and refugees mowing down people with trucks in the heart of London and Stockholm? Islam is per se a peaceful ideology. And also, these are all anomalies. Not all drugs are bad. That's true. Oh, why did Trần Đại Quang say Maze in Vietnam? Who the fuck is Trần Đại Quang? Understand and empathize with the waves of political dissent in Vietnam. On the ground that nowadays people are too self-absorbed to learn about Vietnamese political system, you must right now read all that you can about such before everyone jumps onto this original politics bandwagon. I hate that China wouldn't get out of South China Sea. I hate that Hanoi is even more polluted than Beijing. Let's talk about Vietnamese traffic congestion. Let's talk about Formosa. Let's talk about the new university entrance exam format. Why didn't Trần Đại Quang at least prepare a speech so that he knew how the f*** level number is read? Who the f*** is Trần Đại Quang? Why must we do this again? MUNs have never enjoyed any popularity. Also, when we're organizing this, we can cross out extremist crooked chimpanzees. Step 6. You do you. Love yourself the way you are because you were born this way. Of course, if you don't like yourself that much and you can look as amazing as Kylie Jenner, don't do you. Take offense at everything. If one makes a joke, it's cute to find everything wrong with the joke. Throw around buzzwords. You're so homophobic. You're so anti-Semitic. You're so racist. You're so sexist. Transport-phobic. Islamophobic. Pull out the identity politics into the picture for the best effect because that will surprise people how original you can be with picking apart a well-intentioned, light-hearted joke. On the other hand, don't offend people. Warn people beforehand if what you're about to discuss bound to trigger somebody. Say, if you ought to say family friendly, a word of trigger warning is appreciated. Lastly, do a video in English even if you use it as a second language.
I am not as nasty as your own daughter.
Oh, please don't hurt me, sir.
Try again, motherfuckers.
This is a bad report.
Come chill with me.
All over the world.
Shit, I forgot. Halsey.
Everything is blue.